Okay, this person says, Hello, Hola, John. Something strange has been happening lately. I can feel myself growing, shifting, evolving, but at the same time, I feel completely scattered, like I'm caught between who I was and who I'm becoming. And nothing feels solid. I keep coming back to this question: who am I really? Have you ever felt like this? Like the pieces do not quite fit anymore, but the new shape hasn't revealed itself yet. And then they go, oh, abrazo desde Madrid, which I think is like something friendly in Spanish. So, yes, I have felt like that. And I continue to feel like that. And it's something I've talked about before, and it's this idea of that there's two parts of us on the inside. There's like the content of us on the inside, and then there's the system that orients us so we know who we are. So let's say on the inside you have a mountain of shame and a river of sorrow and a meadow of joy and a waterfall of judgment. Now, we would like to change the parts of us that we consider are negative or that hurt us, like the mountain of shame, for example. And that's fine and very understandable, very noble. But there's a part of us that is just in charge of the orientation of everything. So it doesn't see the mountain of shame or the river of sorrow. It just sees mountain, river, meadow, waterfall. That's all it sees. And if we change something dramatically, we might think we're doing a great thing. Like, oh, I got rid of all my shame. And that is beautiful. But the orientation part of us, the part of us that keeps it all together, is like, hang on a minute, where's the mountain gone? There's a mountain here, there's no mountain here. And it just gets the mountain back. Now, from your point of view, it's like, oh, I was shame-free for, a little while. And now I don't, now it's back, okay? So this thing of disorientation it's very easy to miss and get distracted by, and to sort of feel, that's great, I got rid of all my shame, and have a little party. And that is beautiful. But then to also notice that it's disorienting, and that system, which is kind of involved in making sure you're sane and keeping your whole personality together. Like, if you don't think about your personality as one solid thing, but instead a collection of things, then it's easier to understand how one becomes disoriented, because it's like the bubbles of, these are my memories, these are my thoughts, these are my whatever. They start to fragment and drift apart. And then we're like, oh, I don't know who I am anymore. I'm confused. This is a bit strange. This is a bit disturbing. So we it snaps back. So there's like knowing about the disorientation, and being able to, it's not so much, there's not a huge amount you can do with it, because we are in a process of turning unconsciousness into consciousness. So we kind of can't help ourselves. We just automatically keep growing, keep changing. Not much we can do about that. But if we know about the disorientation thing, well, that helps, because then when we become disoriented, or when we start to want to drift back, we get into a relationship and we think, oh, that's brilliant. And then we notice we're like subtly having a go at this person that we love. We go, well, what's that about? And they'll be, well, you're not used to being loved like that, for example. Or we get a new job and we think, oh, brilliant, this is exactly the job I wanted. And then all sorts of weird stuff starts happening, like your car breaks down, or you have some sort of health problem, or you have unusually high bills, that are just soaking up all the extra money that you're making. If you know about this orientation thing, then you can kind of go, oh, yeah, well, that kind of makes sense. because I don't know who I am anymore. So if you're involved in lots of growth and lots of changing, then there's always going to be a feeling of who am I? I don't know who I am anymore. I used to know who I was, and I'm changing, and it's great, but now I feel weirdly anxious, and I don't know why. That's what it sounds like is going on in what you've written. So yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. The more you know about it, the better, meaning the more you know, oh, this is orientation, and there's two things at work here. And I think being able to separate the two of them out really helps, because when they're not separate, there's like a tug of war going on the inside. Because on the one part, you want to get rid of the shame or the grief or the sorrow or whatever it is, but then there'll be another part going, yeah, but if I change too fast, I'm going to lose my mind. So we can't have that. So let's snap back, And then you don't get into all the judgments about, oh, why am I sabotaging myself? Or why can't I change? All that kind of thing. I find knowing about orientation just helps make the whole process more gentle. And that's always a good thing.